guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Abimbola. Thank you so much for stopping by. So if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button and then click on the bell to turn your notification button on so you can be notified when I post new videos. So if you already subscribed, thank you so much for coming back. It's really good to see you again. I appreciate you all. Nigerian women are noted for hanging on to a marriage even when it is obvious that the marriage has failed. So in this video, we're going to be exploring 11 of the reasons why these women hang on to their marriages when it is actually obvious that there is nothing there anymore. Before we go into this video, a bit of a disclaimer. This list is based on subjective views, so it's not to be taken as science, although some of these reasons have been backed up with stories narrated by some women who have found themselves in such situations. But like I said, it is not to be taken as science. They are based on subjective views. The first one is she doesn't want to be alone. The fear of being alone keeps people in all kinds of horrible situations and relationships. We all know this, that the fear of being alone is like a rope around a lot of Nigerian women's necks, and they will put up with a lot in order not to be alone. A lot of women live in fear of losing their husbands, especially to a prettier, shapelier, perhaps even younger woman. It doesn't help your self-confidence. It does not fill you with the sense that you still got it going on. Insecurity can be enough of a glue to stick with a marriage. Women are more afraid of going solo than men are. This comes from believing that they need a man to take care of them. Even though we've come a long way, many messages still tell us that. The second one is that her finances take a hit. Women's greatest fear is they will become poor or struggle with finance. In their minds, leaving their partner will lead to a life of poverty. There is some truth to this if we are being honest, especially within the Nigerian context. Within the Nigerian society, the man often controls the family finances, and there are no legal protections for the women as they are abroad, even when they have children together. Typically, a Nigerian wife's standard of living drops by a good 50 to 60% after separation. I'll tell you the story of a lady I'll call Linda, who found out that her husband had been cheating on her and actually went as far as having a set of twins with another woman. This lady found out and was very unhappy. The most annoying part, she said, was that the husband showed no remorse and bluntly told her to leave if she was not happy about the situation. She stated she couldn't leave because there was no way she could afford to pay her children's school fees and meet all their needs. She said she wished she was financially buoyant as she would have walked out of the marriage. She said she felt like a piece of rag and felt so unloved and unwanted. She carried on living with the man, but the relationship was like that of two strangers living under the same roof. That's the story of a woman as she told it. The third one is he's not perfect. Having an affair is not necessarily a reason for a Nigerian marriage to break up. In fact, it is rarely a reason for a Nigerian marriage to break up. There is a general acceptance by the Nigerian woman that their partner is likely to cheat. All men are the same is a general phrase often used to surrender. He is not perfect, they would add. It is very easy to have all sorts of ideals when you are young and single, but as people live, age and grow together, they recognize that they have to give up the dreams of the perfect spouse. There is often an inbuilt safeguard for disappointment in the Nigerian marriage, especially for the Nigerian woman. There's always a part of the Nigerian woman that prepares her for the possibility of her husband cheating. That's the third reason why people stay in marriages that have actually failed. And then we have the fourth one, which is her professional status is tied to the husbands. Many educated women still put their careers second behind their husbands. If you've been known as Mr. Big Shot's wife, leaving that relationship may close doors professionally. A wife can lose her status because of divorce. If you are married to a governor, you are a governor's wife. Otherwise, you are just his ex-wife. So the fifth one is she will lose friends. Adding insult to injury, a divorcing wife risks breaking up her social circle as well, especially if that social circle is tied to her marriage or if they mainly mix with other couples. It is a sad fact of life that a solo woman is considered a threat to the stability of other relationships and married friends. So people often pull away from a divorced woman, especially their couple's circle of friends. If you live in a community where marriage is celebrated and single women are shunned, you can very quickly become an outcast. And the sixth one is her family is against divorce. Let me use a made-up story to make this point. Ada was recently wed and newly pregnant when she discovered her husband had 3 other women on the side. Ada suffered this for 13 years, enduring her husband's countless infidelities before she finally filed for divorce. Even then, her decision didn't sit well with her traditional Nigerian Catholic family. They believed that it's up to the woman to keep a marriage together, whatever the cost. Her family and in-laws cursed her. "My mother disowned me," Ada said. For 5 years, her family pressured her to go back to her husband. Her ex lobbied her too, getting down on his knees and swearing he would never stray again. Ada finally caved in and gave her husband a second chance because she could see her 3 kids were hoping she would give their daddy a second chance. But even all the family pressure couldn't keep her marriage together in the end. One day, he left his pager at home and there was a strange number on it. Ada said to herself, "I thought not again." The incident reaffirmed her first decision and this time she left for good. Still, she blamed herself though. She was angry that she let herself be hurt again and that she raised her children's hope only to have it dashed one more time. Number 7 is that the woman is emotionally invested in her man. For many women, their husbands are an essential part of their lives, and disentangling it will be devastating. Over their lifetimes, these women can see their men for the contributions they've made, for the role they play in their lives, in their families, so they think hard before throwing their marriage away. Nigerian women tend to look at a broader picture. They make the judgment and try to assess if a one-night stand or a one-off occasion is enough to end their marriage, or if they can take the learning from it and use it to improve and grow their marriage. I heard a story once about a woman whose husband started jumping around shortly after she gave birth to their second child. She thought about leaving him but decided to stay. Their marriage survived this period and they have been together for about 20 years since that incident. When asked what prompted her to stay, the woman replied that yes, she did think about leaving, but then she thought about the time that she had invested in her husband and the 2 children that they had together. She said she was very angered at the time and there is still a bit of her that feels betrayed nearly 20 years on, but overall she's glad that she did stay. Let me know what you would have done if you were this woman in the comment section, please. And number 8 is that the woman has a hidden agenda. So let's consider Bill Clinton's wife, Hillary Clinton. She held firm through Jennifer Flowers, Paula Jones, and Monica Lewinsky episodes because she had her own political aspirations. She must have thought it's better to stay married because if I divorce, I'll still have this albatross around my neck and I might not get what I want at the end. So probably that was why she stayed in the marriage. Because white people are not that patient when it comes to infidelity. And number 9 is that infidelity could actually make the marriage stronger. An ordeal like this could improve your relationship if you are both willing. Therapists say an affair can get you talking about those long avoided issues like lovemaking, money, careers, housework, and emotional distance. If there's a foundation of friendship and love, you can use this crisis as an opportunity to understand what's not working in the relationship and take some actions to fix it. That will take work and perhaps couples therapy, but in the end, you both may grow closer and your relationship stronger. And number 10 is that the lady is madly in love with the husband. There are women out there who have this sort of love for their husbands that allows the man to get away with virtually anything. The men have this feeling that the women love them too much and cannot live without them. So they carry on with their frolicking and the woman stays put. Some of these women will not even query the husband even when it is so glaring that the man is cheating on them. Some will even look away and pretend nothing has happened even when they've caught the husband red-handed. I have heard stories of some of these men even taking their girlfriends to their matrimonial homes and expecting the wife to entertain the other woman. So that one I don't really know. And the number 11 is that women stay because of their children. Most women stay with cheating husbands because of their children. It is a common belief that children from broken homes tend to end up wayward most of the time. Many of these children end up joining bad gangs. Sometimes they drop out of school and always end up in one problem or the other. The women in some cases have to work more than they would have done if they had remained married. Hence, they end up spending less time with the children, leaving room for these children to do what they like, as there is no one available to caution them when they are going astray. The boys in most cases have no role models always available to talk to or share their concerns with when there's something bothering them. They therefore turn to friends or schoolmates who would then lead them astray. The girls also have no opportunity to speak to their mothers when they desperately need to do so, as their mother is always on the move trying to make ends meet. There are so many cases though where the parents are divorced and the children still turn out well. So it's not all cases that end up with the children being wayward. So those are the 11 reasons I've been able to find why Nigerian women stay with cheating husbands. Are there any other reasons? What do you think about the ones we've already mentioned in this video? Let's have a conversation in the comment section. Please like, share and subscribe, and I shall see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.